In the name I am that I am, Jesus Christ, I call to all representatives of the Divine Mother, especially Marita E, Nada, Kuanid, Mother Mary, Portia, Liberty, Venus, and Amiga, to help people overcome all sense of being powerless towards people who lack humanity and seem willing to do anything to achieve their goals. I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon Vladimir Putin and all those in the Russian power elite who plan the war against Ukraine and the wider strategy of recreating the Russian Empire. I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon that part of the Russian people who have not yet acquired basic humanity, who are therefore either supporting the power elite or not objecting to it. I also call the judgment of the Divine Mother upon Alexander Lukashenko, upon Donald Trump, and all people in the countries who support them or not object, who support them or enabling them to move on with their attempts to revert to the course towards democracy. And also, I call for the judgment of Christ towards Xi Jinping, Kim Jong Un, and other dictators. Israel, I don't remember him. His name, Netanyahu, whatever is his name, who is planning war against Gaza. Mother Mary, use my chakras to project your light and awareness into the collective consciousness as I give this invocation. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the forces that are opposing progress and outplaying the imbalances to the extreme, and upon the people who refuse to see when the imbalance has gone too far. O Cosmic Mother, sound the gong that calls me on where I belong. I know you love me tenderly, and in that knowing I am free. Marita E, I resonate with song that opens cosmic gate. A melody makes me vibrate, my sense of self I recreate. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that Jesus came to inaugurate a cycle where humankind would free itself from being dominated by one power elite after another. Our Cosmic Mother called me tight, I resonate with your own light, your music purifies my heart, you love to all I do impart. Narrate a year, resonate with song that opens cosmic gate, a melody makes me vibrate, my sense of self I recreate. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that Jesus said, for judgment I am come. He came to bring the judgment whereby people could free themselves from these power elites. O Cosmic Mother, we are one, you are to like a blazing sun. My being can but amplify the sacred sound you magnify. My right eye resonate with sound that opens cosmic gate. Your melody makes me vibrate, my sense of self I recreate. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that Jesus gave us the way to be free from power elites by turning the other cheek and seeking the kingdom of God within, instead of seeking to be special among men. O Cosmic Mother, I now hear the subtle sound of sacred sphere as I attune to cosmic hum, the lesser self I overcome. Marita ear resonate with sound that opens cosmic gate, a melody makes me vibrate, my sense of self I recreate. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that there is a dividing line, and a large majority of the people in the world have raised themselves above this line and attained greater humanity. O Cosmic Mother, take me home, I am in sync with sacred tone, the sound of sounds will raise me up, so only light is in my cup. Marita ear resonate with sound that opens cosmic gate, a melody makes me vibrate, my sense of self I recreate. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that there is no reasonable explanation for Putin's war against Ukraine. It is an expression of a lack of humanity. O Cosmic Mother, I will be a part of Cosmic Symphony, all that I am an instrument for sound that is from heaven's end. Marita ear resonate with sound that opens cosmic gate. Your melody makes me vibrate, my sense of self I recreate. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that Putin and his power elite are not open to reason because they lack basic humanity. They have no empathy with people who suffer the consequences of their actions. Our Cosmic Mother, I now call to enter sacred music hall. I will be part of light's ascent towards the starry firmament. Marita, I resonate with sound that opens cosmic gate. Your melody makes me vibrate, my sense of self I recreate. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that until the First World War the world was dominated by empires. Then there was a shift from empires to nation states, even a shift from nations dominated by a dictator or small power elite to democratic nations. A cosmic mother tune my strings, my total being with you sings a song and now reverberates as cosmic love I celebrate. My rate a year resonate with song that opens cosmic gate. Your melody makes me vibrate. My sense of self I recreate. Mother miracle for the judgment of the divine mother upon the people refuse to see. That what really has happened is a shift from the planet being dominated by various power elites where the people have attained more and more power. Oh cosmic mother, I love you, O love, so kiss me ever true. You fill me with your sacred tone and thus I never feel alone. My rate resonate with song that opens cosmic gate. Your melody makes me vibrate. My sense of self I recreate. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. I know that the I am within you is God. Mother miracle for the judgment of the divine mother upon the people refuse to see that during the last 2000 years empires are losing the battle for control of the earth and democracy is winning. Another blessed cosmic grace, filling up my inner space. Your song is like a sacred balm. My mind is sea of perfect calm with not a secret melody. My mind remains forever free. Conduct another symphony. Eternal peace I do decree. Mother miracle for the judgment of the divine mother upon the people refuse to see that although Putin and the Chinese leadership believe they are continuing the age of empires that are completely out of touch with historical reality. One day in your Buddhic mind, my inner peace I truly find as I your song reverberate, your love I do assimilate with not a secret melody, my mind remains forever free, conduct another symphony, eternal peace I do decree. Mother miracle for the judgment of the divine mother upon the people refuse to see that Putin and the Chinese leadership are going against the 2000-year trend in the collective consciousness that cannot be stopped by any force on earth. The shift in the collective consciousness is irreversible and the age of empires will not come back. Another beauty is so sublime, I follow you beyond your time, in soundless sound with you burst to recreate the universe with not a secret melody, and my mind remains forever free, conduct another symphony, eternal peace I do decree. Mother miracle for the judgment of the divine mother upon the people refuse to see that those who are unbalanced must be allowed to outplay their imbalance, which makes them believe they are winning. Another future we predict when nothing Christ can restrict. With Buddhic mind we do perceive a better future we conceive with not a secret melody. My mind remains forever free, conduct another symphony, eternal peace I do decree. Mother miracle for the judgment of the divine mother upon the people refuse to see that they are being allowed to outplay. This because members of the power elite serve as substitute teachers. So the purpose is to produce a shift in the consciousness of that part of the population who are lacking humanity. Or not the future where a right or might is never ever right. Instead, the mind of Christ is king. We see the Christ in everything with not a secret melody. My mind remains forever free, conducting another symphony, eternal peace I do decree. Mother miracle for the judgment of the divine mother upon the people refuse to see that people with so little humanity will not hear through words. They are unwilling to learn from other people, so they must learn from the school of hard knocks. Another piece of now the normal spirit is beyond of hope to form I will no more adapt to use potential yet on top. With not a sacred melody, my mind remains forever free, conduct another symphony, eternal peace of the decree. Mother miracle for the judgment of the divine mother upon the people refuse to see that as the Piscean age has progressed, more and more people have heard Jesus' message, and we are the ones who can pull the collective consciousness above the critical line. Nada such with plan to enjoy my life I truly can enjoy. I am allowed to have some fun. My solar plexus like a sun. With not a sacred melody, my mind remains forever free. Conduct another symphony, eternal peace I do decree. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that the creator for basic humanity is do unto others what you want them to do unto you. If you yourself do not want to be forced and dominated, you do not force others. Another service is the key to living in reality. For us another life with one my service is begun with another secret melody. My mind remains forever free, conduct another symphony, eternal peace I do decree. Mother miracle for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that there are people who want to be dominated because they do not want to make their own decisions. The power elite will dominate these people by forcing them into extreme behavior. Another, we do not agree that life on earth should be free. With Jesus we complete the quest, God's kingdom is not manifest. With not a secret melody, my mind remains forever free, conduct another symphony, eternal peace I do decree. Peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva, and know that the I am within you is God. And the miracle for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that a power elite can build an empire only because there are people who are willing to blindly follow the elite. These people have the insensitivity to life that makes them willing to kill and suppress even their own people. O one in what sacred name, fill me now with mercy flame, and given mercy I am free, forgiven all his magic key, in one in sweet melody I have to free myself to be. In one in's vitality I claim my immortality. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon those people who are willing to kill other people if they are given a so-called just cause by their ruler whom they have decided to follow blindly. One in and now let go of all attachments here below, pains and feelings I release free from emotional disease. In one in sweet melody I am set free myself to be, in one in's vitality I claim my immortality. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that the development of the world can be described in terms of the dynamic of how many people have acquired basic humanity and can follow the call to do unto others. One in why must I feel that life falls short of my ideal expectations I give up, my mind is now an empty cup. In one in sweet melody I am set free myself to be, in one in's vitality I claim my immortality. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that Jesus was an example to follow for those who have raised themselves and acquired basic humanity. Then we can begin to work on the essential humanity. One in transcend the past has already sent me gun at last from future nothing I expect, eternal now won't reject. In one in sweet melody I am set free myself to be, in one in's vitality I claim my immortality. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that in the late 800s the Western world was dominated by a handful of empires, but these empires fell because of historical necessity. Aquanin uplifting me beyond samsara's raging sea, all safe inside your personal ball, the Father shown and more remote. In Kwanin's sweet melody I am set free myself to be. In Kwanin's vitality I claim my immortality. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that the populations of some of these empires have shifted and acquired basic humanity. O one in your alchemy with miracles you set me free, as I forgive I am forgiven, by guilt I am no longer driven, in one in sweet melody I am set free myself to be, in one in's vitality I claim my immortality. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that after the First World War the collective consciousness in Russia was very low, with a high level of insensitivity to life and cruelty towards people. Okuani, no war is gone with nothing done, nothing undone through separate self I will not do it, that's the rest of one with you in Kuanin's with melody I am set free myself to be, in Kuanin's vitality I claim my immortality. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that the Bolsheviks took over and could have been a shift in the collective consciousness of the Russian Empire, of the Russian people was brutally beaten down by Stalin and Red Terror. The Red Terror of Stalin was one of the most extreme outpicturings of the lack of humanity. O one in your sanity now sets me free from vanity, for truly what is that to me? I just say go and follow the Inquanin's sweet melody, I am set free myself to be, Inquanin's vitality, I claim my immortality. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that the Russian people are fully capable of making the shift to basic humanity. If it had not been for the Soviet Union, they would have made the shift out of the inhumanity into the basic humanity. This shift was delayed by the Soviet Union. Or one instance with the sound that emanates from holy ground, as I let go of Igor's shore, I find myself on Father's shore, in one inch with melody, I am set free myself to be. In one inch vitality, I claim my immortality. Peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva, and know that I am within you is God. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that the Soviet Union, despite the World Union, was not a union at all. It was an empire that was forced by brutal force, by brutal suppression. O Blessed Mary, Mother mine, there is no greater love than thine, as we are one in heart and mind, my place in hierarchy I find. O Mother Mary, generate the sun that does accelerate the earth into a higher state, all matter does not scintillate. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that there was a core of the Soviet Empire that was what the Russian people call Russia. This were the Russians, and they took pride in being in control of the Soviet Empire. I came to earth from heaven sent, as I am in embodiment, to use divine authority, commanding you to set us free. O Mother Mary, generate the sun that does accelerate the earth into a higher state, or matter does not scintillate. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that in many Soviet republics of Warsaw Park countries, countries. People felt they were suppressed. They were forced by Russia and the Russian people. I call now in God's sacred name for you to use your mother flame to burn a fear-based energy, restoring sacred harmony. O Mother Mary, regenerate the sun that does accelerate the earth into a higher state. O matter does not scintillate. Mother Mary called for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refused to see that in many other nations the brutal suppression caused people to start separating themselves from the Russian people. As a result, the collective consciousness started rising in those republics. Your sacred name I hereby raise, collective consciousness you raise. No more fear and doubt and shame, consume it with your mother flame. O Mother Mary, generate the sun that does accelerate the earth into a higher state, or matter does not scintillate. Mother Mary called for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refused to see that many people in these republics saw the brutality of the Russians who were in charge of the Soviet Union. They started saying, we cannot allow ourselves to do this. We have to raise ourselves above this. All darkness from the earth you purge, your light moves as a mighty surge. No force of darkness can now stop that power that goes only up. O Mother Mary, generate the sun that does accelerate the earth into a higher state, or matter does not scintillate. Mother Mary called for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refused to see that this is why, as soon as the Soviet Union collapsed, many of these nations distanced themselves from Russia. They did not want to ever again be dominated by the brutality and inhumanity of the Russian people. All elemental life you bless, removing from the man-made thread, the nature spirits are now free, out picturing divine decree. O Mother Mary, generate the sun that does accelerate the earth into a higher state, or matter does not scintillate. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that in the previous Russia Pact countries and former Soviet republics, people have a higher standard of living and political freedom than the people of Russia. I raise my voice and take my stand. To stop to war, I do command. The march of war in scar the earth. The golden age has given birth. And Mother Mary, generate the sun that does accelerate with the earth into a higher state, so matter does not scintillate. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that in Russia Putin started reversing the historical shift from the age of empires to the age of democracy. As Mother Earth is free at last, disasters belong to the past. Your Mother Light is so intense that matter is not far less dense. O Mother Mary, generate the sun that does accelerate the earth into a higher state, or matter does not scintillate. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that an emperor takes power because there are enough people that will go along with him. Putin took power and rewrote the Russian constitution because enough people in Russia either supported it or did not object to it. In Mother Light, the earth is pure, the upward spiral will endure, prosperity is now the norm, God's vision manifests as form. Mother Mary, generate the sun that does accelerate the earth into a higher state, or matter does not scintillate. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. And know that I am within you is God. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that a critical mass of the Russian people are below that level of basic humanity, or Putin could not have taken power and could not have turned Russia back towards an imperial state. Or Portia, in your own retreat, where Mother love you do me greetings, all my tests are now complete, all patterns I no more repeat, or Portia, opportunity, I am beyond duality, focus now internally, with you I grow eternally. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that today's Russia has a population east of the Urals that are not what would normally be called Russians. They are dominated by Russia, and the Russians west of the Urals are reaping the major economic benefits of the gas and oil it is taken out of there. Our Portia Justice is your name of holding cosmic honor flame. No longer will I play the game of seeking to remain the same. Our Portia opportunity, I am beyond duality. I focus now internally with you, I grow internally. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that in the future, instead of having an empire that is created through force, we will have many smaller nation states that cooperate. Once we raise ourselves above the level of basic humanity, we can begin to cooperate. O Portia in the cosmic flow, one with you I ever grow. I am the chalice here below, of cosmic justice you bestow, of Portia opportunity. I am beyond duality. I focus now internally, with you I grow eternally. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that there is no need for force when we have basic humanity. because we see that cooperation goes further than force ever could. Opocha cosmic balance bring eternal hope, my heart does sing, protected by a mother's wing. I feel at one with everything. Opocha opportunity, I am beyond duality. I focus now internally with you, I grow eternally. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that many people with lower humanity believe in the theory of evolution and that they are the strongest, they are the most willing to use force, they are the most brutal, and therefore they are the fittest to survive. Apostle, bring the mother light to set all free from darkest night. Your love flame shine forever bright with Saint Germain. Now hold me tight, Apostle, opportunity. I am beyond duality. I focus now internally. With you I grow eternally. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that Jesus demonstrated that no amount of force can withstand the judgment of Christ, because the judgment of Christ is beyond the material world and force is of the material world. Apostle, in your mastery, I feel transforming chemistry. In your light of reality, I find the golden alchemy. Apostle, opportunity, I am beyond duality. I focus now internally. With you I grow eternally. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that the historical trend is clear. Force is retreating, cooperation and union are increasing, and they will win. Upwasher in the cosmic stream, I am awake from human dream, removing now the ego's beam, I am my place in cosmic team. Upwasher opportunity, I am beyond duality, focus now internally, with you I grow eternally. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that the Ukrainian people have taken on a certain role in connection to the Russian people, namely to mirror back to Russians their lack of humanity. O Portia, you come from afar, you are a cosmic avatar, so infinite your repertoire, you are for earth a guiding star. Portia, opportunity, I am beyond duality, I focus now internally, with you I grow eternally. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that the Holodomor was precipitated upon the Ukrainians because the Ukrainians can volunteer to suffer this atrocity as a way to mirror back to the Russian people the insensitivity to life, the brutality, the lack of humanity in the Russian collective consciousness. The same thing with Chernobyl, the same thing with the present situation. Of Porsche, I am confident, I am a cosmic instrument, I came to earth from heaven sent to help bring forward your ascent. Of Porsche, opportunity, I am beyond duality, I focus now internally, with you I grow eternally. Peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva. And know that the I am within you is God. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that the Germans, the British, and many other people in Europe have been willing to look at the beam in their own eye and say, we can never allow something like this to happen again in our nation. That is why they have made progress in the standard of living of the people. O liberty, now set me free from devil's curse of poverty. I blame not Mother for my lack. O blessed Mother, take me back. O cosmic Mother, liberty, conduct abundance symphony. My heart service, I now see abundance is not real for me. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that after the collapse of the Soviet Union, Russians have not made any attempt to look at themselves and say, how could this happen in Russia? How could this go so far in Russia? How could we have a situation where so many people in Russia were willing to be the henchmen of Stalin and imprison, torture, and kill their own countrymen? O liberty from distant shore, I come with longing to be more. I see abundance in the flow, abundance consciousness I grow. O cosmic Mother Liberty, conduct abundance symphony. My higher service, I now see abundance in the real for me. Mother Miracle, for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that one measure for the lack of humanity is what a group of people will do to others, that they see as different from themselves, but the real measure is what they do to themselves. O liberty, explore the light, the limitations can be tied, the matter light is not my fault, true opulence it does be so. O cosmic Mother Liberty, conduct abundance symphony, my service I now see, abundance is not real for me. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that Russians have not shown any willingness to take responsibility for the Soviet brutality, the Soviet suppression. Yet the Russian people are indeed responsible for what happened. O liberty, explore the plot projected by the fallen lot, and cosmic Mother, I now see that Mother is not my enemy. O cosmic Mother Liberty, conduct abundance symphony, my service I now see, abundance is not real for me. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that this unwillingness of the people to look in the mirror is why Putin is in power, why Putin has taken Russia in the direction he has taken Russia, why the standard of living is as low as it is, and why he had to invade Ukraine. O liberty with opened eyes, and now reject the devil's lies, and now embrace the mother realm, for I say, Father, they are my cosmic mother liberty, conduct abundance symphony, my heart service, I now see abundance is no real for me. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that those who are in balance must become more and more extreme until it becomes obvious how unbalanced they are, how inhumane they are. O liberty, a child is pure, my lover body is for sure. Release from me your symphony, a gift of cosmic liberty, our cosmic mother liberty. Conduct abundant symphony, my heart service, I now see abundance is no real for me. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that Putin wants the world to acknowledge that he and Russia are special. But this is the empirical consciousness. The democratic consciousness is that all men and women are created equal and they have been endowed with rights that no one has the authority to take away from them. O liberty, the open door, I am for symphony of more and chakras, my let you really, the flow of love shall never cease. The cosmic mother liberty, conduct abundance symphony, my service, I now see abundance is no real for me. And the miracle for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that there is a sincere attempt in the democratic world to have cooperation among equals, without anyone claiming spatial status and entitlement to spatial treatment. O liberty, release the flow of opulence that you bestow, for I am willing to receive the golden fleece that you know evil, cosmic mother liberty, conduct abundance symphony, my heart service, I now see abundance in the real for me. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that so far the world has given Putin the benefit of the doubt that he probably did not mean what he said, but now the doubt has been shattered by him. O liberty, release the cure to free the tight and the poor, the adult masses as a free by loving Son of Liberty, or cosmic Mother Liberty, conduct abundant symphony, my heart service, I now see abundance in the real for me. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. I know that I am within you is God. O Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that a substantial part of the Russian population has already made the shift into the basic humanity, but they are not the ones who are keeping Putin in power. It is the majority of the Russian population who have not shifted to basic humanity. O Venus, show me how to serve your cosmic beauty. I absorb with love from Venus. You now bring our planets doing tandem single Venus service so divine. You are for earth the cosmic sign of self and service in the mind, life and service I define. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that too many Russians do not have the humanity that makes them sensitive to other people. At the same time, they have the desire to have a spatial status. They want other people to respect them. O Venus, your love is the key, the hidden hearts on earth are free, embracing future bright and bold, the planet's story is retold, the Venus service so divine, you are for earth the cosmic sign, yourself a service in the mind, a life in service I define. Mother Miracle for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that if Russians had acquired the same level of basic humanity as people in the democratic world, they would automatically be respected, but since Russians do not have that, other people cannot and will not respect them. Venus loving mother mine, my heart to love does now refine, I am the open door for love, descending like a holy dove, a Venus service so divine, you are for earth a cosmic sign, yourself a service in the mind, a life in service I define. And the miracle for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people refuse to see that instead of having other people respect them as equals, many Russians will settle for people fearing them because they are willing to use the brutality that comes from their lack of humanity. Venus play the sacred note that if for hatred antidote, the poison scars will gently heal as love to story you reveal of in a service of divine, you are for earth a cosmic sign, yourself a service in the mind, a life in service I define. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that the democratic world will not respect Russia until Russians acquire the same level of basic humanity that they have in the democratic world. Venus' love fills every need, for truly love is God for seed, will let it blossom, let it grow, sweep earth into your loving flow. A Venus service so divine, you are for earth a cosmic sign, yourself a service in the mind, life in service I define. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that those among the Russian people who have humanity must speak out, wake up, demand change, and therefore pull the majority of the population up. A Venus music all that feels heard by those who God reveals a voice and now is one race, singing in adoring praise. A Venus service so divine, you are for earth a cosmic sign of self-service in the mind, the life in service I define. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to acknowledge the shock of Russia invading a nation that is no threat to Russia, but is claimed to be a brother nation. Help people acknowledge the brutality and lack of humanity demonstrated by Russian armed forces against civilians in Ukraine. O Venus, we are journeying ranks, so not Kumara we give thanks. Our planet has received new life to live to out of war and strife. O Venus, service so divine, you are for earth a cosmic sign, yourself a service in the mind, a life in service I define. Mother Mary, I call forth the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that people below the line of basic humanity will only learn through the school of hard knocks. And if the knock that Russians have been given now is not sufficient, there will be harder knocks because the law of karma has not been rendered null and void by the declarations of the Russian leadership. A Venus yours with melody consumes the love duality, absorbed in tones of cosmic love or conflict in the rise above. A Venus service so divine, you are path, the cosmic sign of self and service in the mind, the life and service I define. Mother Mary called forth the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that what keeps Putin in power is the majority of the Russian people. But the collective consciousness in Russia is shifting and thus Putin is running out of time. Help Russians wake up and decide they want a better form of leadership. A Venus shining morning star, cosmic herald that you are, the earth is free by sacred sound, our planet is now heaven bound. A Venus service so divine, you are for earth, the cosmic sign, yourself a service in the mind, life and service I define. Peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva, peace be still, Shiva, and know that I am within you is God. Mother Mary will make also send shockwaves through the collective consciousness of Russia to challenge the state of denial that many Russians are in about the war in Ukraine and the state of war against the Russian people. Amiga, I now meditate upon your throne in cosmic gate and born at all the figure eight that Alpha and you co-create. Song of life revitalized, Hatsi truly synchronized, the sacred sound you alchemize on earth into a paradise. Mother Mary call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that Putin and his power elite have indeed launched a war and invasion against Ukraine, regardless of what the official propaganda says. Omega, in your sacred space, my cosmic parents I embrace. I see that it is such a grace that I take part in cosmic grace, a song of life revitalized, or to synchronize. O sacred sound you alchemize on earth into a paradise. Mother miracle for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that Putin and the mainstream Russian media are blatantly lying to the Russian people about what is happening in Ukraine, including to their own soldiers. Omega in the central sun, you show me life is cosmic fun, and thus a victory is won. My over journey has begun, a song of life revitalized, us to truly synchronize, a sacred sound you alchemize on earth into a paradise. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that the Russian forces in Ukraine are systematically attacking civilians and destroying cities in an extremely inhuman war. Omega femininity is the way to infinity. With you I have affinity to know my own divinity. A song of life revitalized, our hearts virtually synchronize, a sacred sound you alchemize on earth into a paradise. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that the justifications given by Putin and his power elite are lies that have nothing to do with reality. Omega, in your cosmic flow, my plan divine, I clearly know my heart is now a lamp aglow as love and knowledge to be soul, a song of life revitalized, our hearts to synchronize, the sacred sound we alchemize on earth into a paradise. Mother Mary, call forth the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that their own sons are being forced to fight an inhumane war, faced with the choice to carry out orders to kill civilians or to be shot for treason. This was a completely inhumane act against the Russian people. Omega, cosmic mother flame, this is the light from which I came, as I take part in cosmic game, cross victory, I do proclaim a song of life revitalized, or hearts virtually synchronize, a sacred sound you alchemize on earth into a paradise. Mother Mary, I call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that although Putin has an ambition of building a great Russian empire, no man in the entire history of Russia has done no more to damage Russia's standing in the world. Omega, I now comprehend why I did to descend, and thus I fully do intend to help this planet to ascend. A song of life revitalize, our hearts virtually synchronize, a sacred sound you alchemize on earth into a paradise. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that this is Putin's war, not the people's war, but if they do not protest, they will indeed be held responsible by God for enabling Putin to go on. Omega, I do now aspire to join the ranks of cosmic fire. My heart burns with a classic fire that is this planet's sanctifier. Song of life revitalized, our hearts virtually synchronize, the sacred sound you alchemize on earth into a paradise. Mother Mary, call for the judgment of the Divine Mother upon the people who refuse to see that Russian people face a choice of whether they will rise towards greater humanity or allow Putin to drag them even deeper into inhumanity as he turns on those Russians who object to his rule, seeking to silence or destroy them. Amiga, my heart is ablaze, my life is in an upward phase. Come teach me now the sacred phrase so that I can this planet raise. A song of life revitalize, or hearts virtually synchronize, a sacred sound you alchemize on earth into a paradise. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. Peace be still, Shiva. And know that the I am within you is God. In the name of the Divine Mother, I call to Marity and Mother Mary for the healing of myself and all people in my circle of influence and the creative flow of the Divine Mother, the river of life. I call for the multiplication of my calls by all representatives of the Divine Mother, so that we form the perfect figurative flow of as above, so below. Thus I accept that this is fully manifest, because the mouth of the Lord, the Divine Mother that I am, has spoken it. Amen.